Welcome to Ditzysdiamondden. So we are going to be doing our WIP and chat and our keyword today for the Creations Morin giveaway. We are working on our Uglies Coven. This is by Art and Soul, and we are doing this for the Great Pumpkin along. So I am using a couple really cool things. I am using Putty Crocker's Beetle Stripes. Say my names 3 times. It's got a sandworm in there. Very cool. We are using our cute little witch hat from Dreamwax Studio for our ABs. We are using Randa's Super Sticky and Pineapple. What else are we using? We are using tweezers from Donna Bass. These were a friend gift from Berta. And then, of course, we have a couple pens. So I have not got the new tips yet in my Creations Morin. You know, I probably should have done that before we did this video. I've got my Bistro Exclusives pen that I use for my ABs, and that is my dogs. I also have two customs. So I have my Halloween pen, which is also from Bistro Exclusives. It is a Chucky and Tiffany pen. And I have a custom Leopard Leatherworks pen. I should have grabbed my really cool new pen. We were so busy today. I did not have time. Oh, goodness. Oh, goodness. Oopsie. Mistakes have been made. Oh, I also got some other really cool, fun friend mail. Guys, look at it. Look what Stacy from Lady Lath sent me. Look at this amazing shoe. She made these for Oz and Og.
Very cool.
I know, it doesn't have anything to do with what I'm doing today, but I just got it and I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So let's talk a little bit about what has went on in the last 2 weeks. So first up, we went to Shay's Live for her birthday. So I was waiting on some stuff and I spent an exorbitant amount of money overnighting Shay's birthday present. And I paid for the overnight and then it didn't get there. It took 2 days and then it was a late delivery. She didn't get it until like 7 p.m. her time. It was scheduled to be there right before she went live and then it was late. So it was pretty much like a day and a half late, which was really frustrating. But that's okay because she did get it and she opened it and that was the very most important part. And yeah, but she did go live for her birthday. She had to cut it a little bit short because she also went out with her family. But it was nice because she had to miss the Sunday before because she wasn't feeling very well. So it was just kind of nice to get our Shay time in. And then our schedules do not match like at all this month. So I probably won't actually get to talk to Shay again until November.
Oh, you guys will talk in chat, like, you know, your messages? I don't know what it's called.
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, she's going to be pretty busy on her vacation, and then we're leaving, and then we're coming back, and then we're going to leave again. So we're going to be pretty busy throughout the month. I have to check the calendars. I think we might be able to catch each other during our members only Zooms. Might be able to do that. So I don't know. It's just been, everybody's been going. Berta's been going. Melanie was going. The other Melanie was going. Timothy lost power and internet because of the storms. Jenny lost internet and power because of the storms. Everybody has just been like busy or losing internet and power. So that part was boo. So, yeah, it's been 2 weeks since I did my last WIP and chat. And let me tell you, September it was just gone, guys. In between doing the Regathon and wrapping up Oz and Og and everything else that was going on, September was seriously just like the biggest blur. And then I also had a little bit of family drama, which I will get into a little bit. I did discuss it in full on my blog, but I'll go into it a little bit here. It does concern people outside of me and my life, so I don't want to get into too much detail about other people's general lives. So Wednesday, way back on the 18th, like forever ago, we are like seriously time warping here. I actually just I turtled for a little bit. So I did a whole bunch of work the week prior, getting a whole bunch of sponsors lined up, and we still have so many more sponsors to get, so many more people on our list. But there were so many people. I kind of turtled. It was just like all need people break. And I came in here and I've gotten really behind on my diamond painting. I know some people just diamond paint when they want to, but I am very goal oriented. So I set like weekly goals for myself where it's like, okay, so I want to reach this area by the end of the week. And then depending on, how each day, that doesn't matter so much, it's just making my weekly goal. So I set like a daily goal, but as long as I reach my weekly goal, I don't harp on the daily goal so much. But September was so busy, and I was trying to get my Drills and Chills canvas done, which was huge. It was Rose Library, and I got so far behind on that. But on Wednesday, I did 5 release papers, and I pounded out. That week I was only maybe a quarter of the way through it, and then I like hammered the whole thing out and actually finished it 2 days early. It was insanity how fast I just focused and did it, and it was honestly for me very fun because I really like focusing on that a lot. We're also talking a little bit about, so I'm on the wait list for the No Frills retreat. And between that and Regathon, and I've had, as you guys know, Creations Morin reached out to me. Art and Soul had me do a sneak peek for them. I've had a couple I've gained a couple new members. Got to know a few more people that are, in the community. I just have all these amazing things happening, but sometimes I worry that I'm going to be too much for people because I'm, if you don't follow astrology, that's fine, but I am definitely the embodiment of a Scorpio, including my passion. I get excited like crazy puppy, jump on you, lick your face, annoying, excited. And I'm always scared that I'm going to scare people off, or they're going to get annoyed from me, or think that I'm fake because of the fact that of my Scorpio. I am definitely 100% with my feelings. If there's more than 100%, I'm infinity with my feelings. Everything that I feel them definitely to an extreme. And what's funny about that is I noticed that most people aren't they're to this or they're to that. But when you get super excitable and you bounce around and you're yay, a lot of people, at least in my life, have been oh my God, sit down, breathe, you are so annoying. Why do you have to be so bouncy and excited and childish? So Yeah, I was feeling some insecurities about that because I was just, I had so much stuff going on, and I was definitely like, ooh, hyper. I was hyper at home. I was hyper on the channel. I was just hypering all over the place. If I was a Chihuahua, I would have been piddling everywhere I went. I think. Would you say that's a fair assessment, honey?
That's fair, yeah. I mean, you said annoying, but you're definitely not annoying. I think it might be much for some people that don't understand it and could think, oh no, she can't be like this all the time. Dude, she is. She is. It's not annoying at all. I want to just reiterate that. It can be tiring at points. Because sometimes that hyper comes out like when I am tired. And you know, normally that's at night. But other than that, no, definitely not annoying. I like it, and it actually kind of brings me out because without her, I would be a super dullard. I really would be. We've joked about it with friends in the past about how boring I would be without Alicia here to kind of keep me, to get me out of my comfort.
I like that word choice.
What?
Tiring sometimes. That is a very nice way to put it. And yes, I do tend to get like really bouncy hyper right before bed. I'm like, let's jump on the bed. Let's try to do cartwheels. Look at me. Look at me. And he's just like, why are you not tired yet? I swear, if he could, he would probably leash me and take me for a walk at night.
If it was legal, I would trank you. Just so I could sleep. But maybe that's wrong.
I don't know, because I'm hyper even in my sleep. Like, when I'm asleep, I'm still bouncing all over the place.
True.
Oh, my goodness. Yes, definitely. I'm definitely all over the place all of the time. So, yeah, I'm just always worried that people are going to, especially if they meet me in IRL, and I'm like, oh, doing, they're going to be like, where's the off button? Where's the off button?
Yeah. And being like, we need to screen her for drugs.
Yes. Oh, my goodness. And then also, last week, we talked about it a little bit, and loneliness like popped up. And Paul and I did talk about that a little bit more in our therapy. Mm-hmm. And so, of course, my first instinct is I'm like, I learned something new about my husband. I never knew that he felt lonely. And I'm like, I'll explain this loneliness to me. When have you felt lonely? How have you felt lonely? How often does lonely? And I've got like a million questions and I'm running off at the mouth. And this is something we talked about in therapy that week, was because of the fact that it's like, okay, I need to, because Paul is just now learning about emotions. It's something that he's never allowed himself to connect with. And so basically when he like finds a new emotion, I'm like, oh, look at you, you learned how to ride a bike. Here, let me shove you down this, 10% decline hill and see how well you can stay on. And he backs up and he's like, whoa, too fast. And then he shuts off, closes up, doesn't want to share anymore because I ask too much of him. When he's like, I don't understand what this is myself yet to be able to explain it to you.
Yes. Even hearing it as you're talking about it is almost too much for me. And maybe that's just me, but even hearing it kind of sets me on a little bit of edge, I guess, is the word I'm looking for. Because that's still very unfamiliar to me.
It is. And see, as soon as you say stuff like that, like a million questions run through my head, and I have to, we have to figure out a better way to communicate that. Like, I don't know, maybe I can write down some of the questions I have, and then when he feels ready to assess that emotion at a deeper level, then he can kind of read through the questions and, think about them.
No, then I feel like I'm taking a test. Next
idea.
Next idea. I don't like that one.
Yes, but when we did talk about it to the therapist, she's like, Paul needs time to think about this. And you just love him and want to know everything about him, that you're just like, tell me more, tell me more.
Like, does he have a car?
Tell me more, tell me more.
I don't know the rest of the song.
Yeah, so it's kind of like that, and it's definitely something new that we are having to learn how to process together, and I do need to dial back my puppy a little bit when it comes to the emotional part and let him work through that on his own and trust that when he is ready to come to me.
And I think I've explained it a little bit, as far as the loneliness part goes. We talked about that.
We did talk a little bit.
And to me, loneliness, I don't know if we have even talked about it on the channel, but I can only register it as what I would know from when I was younger as boredom. To me, might be loneliness. Because generally when I was a kid, if I was bored, that means I was alone. I wasn't doing anything. Mm-hmm. And then now I can kind of associate that with just being lonely, whether it was by choice or something was just busy. Either way, that's kind of how I registered it.
Yeah, and you are, for the first time kind of experiencing that because the kids have moved out of the house. And I have, kind of forged out my own little space.
Yeah, and she has her friends that I am friendly with, but it's not the same. So yeah. Your time is spent more so than just kids and me and dogs, and that's it.
Yeah.
Grandkids, how it was in the day.
Yeah. He didn't like it when I just sat on the couch staring at him, waiting for him to be like,
no.
But at the same time, he's gotten so used to having me there that I think it probably is a little bit weird when he looks over to tell me something and there's nobody sitting there. So we were hoping to have the Regan schedule out by the 1st, but yeah. Life happens, and Shay and I are both really, really busy right now. But we are still working on it, and we still have 6 months, so...
Yeah, there's plenty of
time.
Not
even stressing about that.
Nothing wrong with being ahead, getting sponsors in order, and getting things kind of done instead of just rushing at the end and kind of grab whatever stuff is available. We have time to custom build certain things with the different sponsors. So that's very nice.
Yes, we've got some great talent, and we are really hoping to create some very magical things going on. And then Thursday, we cleaned up the pool. It's gone now. It was time to take it down, but we did have some nice days. We actually had a nice week this week, so we took it down a little early, I think. But we also needed to fill it. It was we're going to get one more week out of it. Paul's like, it's getting a little cold, and your Nutter Butter constantly wants to get in it, even when it's negative 35 degrees.
Come on now, that's a block of ice.
I know, but you know me, I'd be like, let's lay on the ice and scoot around.
Yeah.
I mean, still.
It was, we still had some sunny days. We're still mid to low 90s in the daytime, but you got to remember, this is Oregon. At night, we get down to 44, 45 degrees, and it does not take that water long to start matching that just barely 50 degrees is what it was getting down to.
Yeah, and then he's married to me, and I'm like, it's still good. Let's just jump in, see what happens.
We freeze is what happens, and I turtle.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I kind of love him a little bit about that. So, and then also, oh my goodness, Paul and I had let me tell you, our therapy, so we discussed all of that, and then we started talking about love and self-worth, and I got like really kind of in my feelings. So I feel very deeply, and I go a little bit like with excitement, but I'm not a crier. And so I swear though, this diamond painting community, you guys are making me cry like all the time now.
You're making her soft, y'all.
Yeah, seriously. I'm like all up in my feels. But I'm usually not a crier. And we're talking about what love means to me. And I was talking about how love meant to me, having the same values on the important topics, finances, children, religion, and that's what love is to me. And then I was like, but that's not really love. That's more of a recipe for compatibility. And then we're just talking through my feelings. So then I'm like, do I really know what love is? Is love something that I have experienced where I felt loved? Have I ever really experienced love where I feel love towards somebody else? It's like, oh my God, do I even love Paul? Or do we just have all this crap in common? And yes, I do love Paul. But it was just, we're working through this therapy, and I'm like, I don't think I actually even know what love is. Kind of sent me spiraling, guys, because here I am thinking that I'm doing all this work and growing as a person, and I'm realizing I need to grow so much more. I didn't put in nearly as much work as I had. Yeah.
I think we've been putting in the work, definitely.
I'm talking about for me, myself, personally. Like, I thought that I was not that I had, like, what we talked about that week, where I thought that I had stopped doing certain behaviors, like letting people treat me in certain ways.
Yeah.
And I am still letting people treat me like that.
In some cases, but not everybody, like how it used to be.
Yeah.
And I think the hard part is we felt like we were doing better. We're thinking, every therapy session we get a little closer, a little better, and then somebody just comes in and knocks down our blocks. Our therapist comes in and kind of throws a wrench in it. Not purposely, not hurtfully, but just to make us think, which is what we do quite a bit in therapy.
Yeah, so I mean, it's a good therapy question. What is love to you?
Sure.
Except for then when we started thinking about it, and I'm like, my answers, I came up with my answers really, really fast. And the answers made me really, really, really sad. They devastated me, honestly. I started bawling. It was not a good time. Therapy this week wasn't that great either, but yeah, no. I don't know. I kind of felt like a lot of the growth that I had done on my own as a human being, like it was taken away almost. That I had failed myself. And that I'm still really, really far away from learning how to love who I am. But I'm definitely on the path. I'm definitely trying to accept myself for who I am. We'll get there.
Yeah, we will.
We didn't even talk about what love meant to Paul. That's not something that we need to explore.
Eventually, we'll get there.
Eventually.
But I'm a Libra. If I can kick it down the road for another day, I'm going to do that.
Oh my goodness.
Because I am an avoider. Not
yes.
that I don't want to say what I think love is.
Yes.
It's just that any chance a Libra can get, any other Libras, if this is you, let me know in the comments, but any chance I can get to avoid conflict, to avoid talking about something that might be uncomfortable, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna avoid it. If somebody gives me an out for anything that's uncomfortable, I'm going to take it. And maybe some people aren't like that. Maybe they just want to take confrontation head on and get it over with.
That's how I am.
But I can forget about it until it's brought back up again. I don't pine over it. I don't really put much more thought into it until it's brought up.
Yeah, well, see, I'm not that way. I am extremely aggressive. I'm like, I see a problem. Let's sit down. Let's powwow. Let's write out pros and cons lists. Let's try to resolve this. Come on, everybody.
Too much.
Yeah.
You had me at I was gone at let's sit down and powwow.
He's gone already. He's like, no, I don't want to.
And that could just be the stubbornness in me. We don't know. We're still figuring that out.
Yeah, because
I've got multiple problems on top of being a Libra, because I am stubborn in my ways, and I know it.
I'm stubborn also, but his stubborn does always win out over my stubborn.
My stubborn is unmovable in a lot of cases, and we're trying to fix that.
Yes, because his stubborn, we're both very stubborn, and when we were younger, we butted heads. But then as we got older, one of us had to give a little bit, and that's what happened, was I started giving a little bit.
Yeah, I still don't have it in me to give.
And that's not true.
That's what I said. I've gotten better, but it's not easy. It is so hard. Even breaking, just saying no. Which, sometimes we'll joke when we're on the phone with people, but it is a very real problem to just not always say no. It's something I actively have to think about on a question, and it can be just a silly question. Do you want to go get ice cream? No, is my first go-to every time. But now I have to stop and actually think about it before just being preemptively no. And it's tough, but I think I'm doing better.
You are, especially when it comes to my feelings, because I would try to say, so I'm feeling like this, and he would interrupt me with the word no.
I would. I'd be like, no, that's not what I'm trying to do. And it's really not, but I shouldn't be interrupting.
Yeah. Or no is such an invalidating word also when you're talking about your emotions.
Well, yeah, or when somebody's talking about their emotions.
Yeah.
Me just saying no is kind of like telling that person, no, don't feel that way. But that's not the case. And a lot of times, as we're figuring out in therapy, it's not even that I shouldn't be defensive over everything that's said. Sometimes I just need to listen and reiterate that I'm hearing what that person is explaining to me.
Yeah. And that's something that we've been getting, actually, I think, a little bit better at. Because, a lot of the times when I'm talking at you, it's like it's nothing you did. I'm feeling insecure about me. And I just need you to be... I got you.
Yeah.
I got you, babe.
I got you, babe.
Yeah. So, let's get into a little bit of funnies, guys. So, yeah. Everybody in my vlog already heard this. I take my medications at night because all my medications make me really, really sleepy. And so I got really sleepy. It was late at night. I got mad hungry. I stumble into the kitchen. I grab a ton of snacks. And I bring them into the bed and I'm sleep eating. So I wake up the next morning and I just go about my day, guys. I want to diamond paint. It's another day that I'm trying to do 5 release papers. So I wake up, I drink my coffee, I come into my craft room, and that's it. I focused on diamond painting all day. And then Paul comes home and he makes us dinner. And we go to watch television together in the bedroom, and I pull the blanket off the bed because we have each used the single person blankets.
The little throw blanket?
Yeah, we use those during the summer.
Yeah.
So I go to set mine on the bed because I don't want to lay on it because it's hot. And I pull it up and Pop-Tart flings out of it. I had fallen asleep mid Pop-Tart. and I slept in half of a Pop-Tart. Paul and I have a good laugh. We're trying to clean the Pop-Tart out of the bed. And then he looks at me, and I have Pop-Tart stuck all over my back and in my hair, and I'm a wreck, guys.
She's been rolling in it.
I slept on a Pop-Tart, fell asleep, like mid-eating one, slept in it, and then walked around with Pop-Tart on me all day and did not even notice.
And nobody was even here to laugh at her.
Nobody was even here to laugh at me. Yeah. So, and I talked to people like on FaceTime and stuff that day, but they didn't see my back, or they would have been like, "Oh, what's that red smears?" Because Paul, as soon as he noticed it, he's like, "What's this all over your back?"
Because it was stuck. The Pop-Tart was broken, and she eats strawberry Pop-Tarts what is that called?
Non-frosted.
No frosting. So it's just a strawberry filling and bread, basically. And stuck to her back was just this little tiny chunk of Pop-Tart that was stuck to her strawberry side down.
Yeah. So, and then somebody laughed at me. I think it was earlier today, because, was it today or yesterday? I was talking to somebody. I think it was Courtney I was talking to, and I'm like, I'm hungry. And then I crawl into bed with a Pop-Tart, and she just busted up laughing. She's like, oh my goodness, really?
Was it Kaufman or was it Jester?
Kaufman. Because, yeah, I'm just like, Pop-Tart in bed again. But it was during the day, so I wasn't going to fall asleep and sleep in it. So, and then we hung out in Discord with some people. We try to do that once a month for non-members. Just kind of pop into Discord and hang out, because we always want to get to know everybody. We know not everybody, is able to join other people's memberships, or don't have the financial resources, or they just don't want to.
Yeah, that's fine.
And that's fine. And we still want to hang out with you and get to know you. So we always try to pop into Discord at least once a month and just hang out for a couple hours, meet some people, chat, have some laughs. So we did that. We had quite a few people in there, and then my son is like, "Oh, you want to go to the store?
Like and subscribe."
He's like, "I'll buy you guys candy."
Like and subscribe.
So we're like, "Yeah." Paul's birthday is coming up, and he wanted to buy Paul some presents because we're going to be in Vegas for Paul's birthday.
Yeah, he wanted to buy me a video game, but I've just not been too much into him, and I didn't want him to waste $60 on something I might not really play, or just... I didn't want to go buy something on a whim, which in the past I would have done immediately.
And never played it.
Yeah, and then it just sit there, and I didn't want to do that and feel bad. So that's another thing therapy has helped me with, to not just get things, just to have them. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, that's all right. I like it when you chime in. It's your whip and chat also. Maybe we should turn this around and let them watch you for half an hour and then me for half an hour.
Then I gotta adjust stuff and cut things.
I don't know. That's true.
I like when we just do one or the other. We can do a Deer Helper special some other time. In November.
Yeah. So he takes us to the store, and he's just letting us buy, like, all the treatsies. It is kind of awesome. My son, he is a giver, I tell you that. He is such a giver. He is a good egg. So he takes us to the store, and he's letting us run around, and we're like looking at coffee cups. Paul's like, I need a new coffee cup, and we're looking at candies, and we're looking at ice creams, and we're looking at baked goods, and we're doing this and we're doing that. And we get to the front of the store, and we're getting ready to check out, and I'm like, yes. Sweet revenge. And we're up there in the aisle where they have all those last minute, you don't need them, but you know you want them. And I start grabbing everything and saying, can I have this? Can I have this? I want this. Please let me have this. And I'm throwing a tantrum. Except for, this kid is just so easygoing. And he actually means it, because he's like, yeah, you can get that, yeah, you can have that, yeah, you can have that. And everybody else in the aisle is just cracking up, because they're getting it. They're looking at my kid, they're looking at me, and they're like, yeah, the revenge tantrum.
Yeah, except if you go too far with him, he'll start grabbing all the stuff you said you wanted And he'll throw it on the belt and buy it.
Yep.
So we have to be careful not to go too far.
Yeah. Yeah, just to shut you up, he'll buy it all for you.
And he'll be like, no, now you have to get it.
Yep.
It's like punishment.
Yeah, now you have to get it. Because he knows that I would actually feel bad if he bought me, like, one of everything in the little, don't need it, but I want it aisle.
The little checkout aisle, the candies and Twix and whatever else is in there.
Yeah, because he would. I would feel horribly. I'd be like, I was just kidding. He's like, well, tough crap. Now you get it, all the candy. And then he's going to come in every day.
I hope it was delicious.
He's going to come in every day and be like, did you eat your candy yet that you wanted so bad?
Did you?
Yeah. I'd never live it down. No. Yep, so I gotta be careful because he'll do it. And then Jenny, oh my goodness, Kupikai Arts. In case you guys didn't notice, she went live. She had missed last Saturday, but she's gonna be going live this Saturday.
On what?
On Instagram.
There you go.
And she's got some really, really amazing things that she's going to be doing live on Instagram. She has got some amazing ideas that I think are going to be really fun to watch. You can ask questions in real time from the things that she is doing. I'll make sure that her link is in the description. So that was a lot of fun. And let me tell you, she is so helpful because we started the Regathon, and we're not doing it on Instagram, we're doing it on the YouTubes, but she doesn't even have to. She's been helping me so much. She's been helping me build up the forms, like she helped me build up a sponsor form, and she helps me with like correspondence letters, and she's just incredibly helpful. I cannot thank you enough, Jenny. So, if you guys have ever wanted to actually run the show, like when somebody does like an unboxing or something like that, or you watch them do a whip and chat and you see them do something and you're like, why, how, where, check out her Instagram, because she's going to be doing all the things and she's going to be answering all the questions that you may have ever had while you watch somebody else's channel. I'm very excited about it. So, yeah, Saturday at 8 a.m. PST, which is 11
EST.
EST. Yes, that is it. And then we didn't have any internet on Saturday, so we actually ended up having to drive up to the tower, up to Paul's Tower, and we vlogged it up there. There's some beautiful views. And I had to just plug it in, and it was such a beautiful day for a drive. It was so gorgeous. So it was nice because we got to drive up to the tower. We turned on the music. We rolled down the windows. I was on a phone call when we first headed up there, so we took some of our friends on a field trip with us. So that was fun. It was Berta's birthday. It was a busy weekend, and then we also gave the dogs a bath. Paul gave them a manicure and a pedicure. And then I cut all their pretty hairs, and then we washed them and gave them a blowout. They had a magnificent spa day, if I do say so myself.
They did.
Yeah, they were spoiled, and they were loving it. Except for the mani-pedi part. They don't like that part.
Yeah, they don't care for that.
Yeah, but other than that, they do really, really good. I also talked to my cousin. I don't know if it's still true, but let me tell you. We had a day in 2024 where every single person on my biological side of my family was clean and sober. Now, I don't know about y'all, but for my family, that is a really awesome deal. It was so exciting. Yeah. So that was really cool. And then, did I say it was Berta's birthday, that we had Berta's birthday?
Yep. You did.
I did?
You said it.
Okay. And then I got to know Rich and Kathy and Eve a little bit better. Eve and Kathy have started a new small shop called Kupikai Arts. It will put the Facebook link in there. I did buy a tray from them, so as soon as I get that, I'll unbox it and show it all to you. But check them out. She is our artistic. So I talked to them for a while and got to know them a little bit more. I'm gonna tell you, Eva's my hero. I seriously want to grow up and be that woman. Got to know Rich a little bit better, which is exciting. I think Rich is a little bit scared of me because I'm mildly obsessed with him.
Run, Rich. Run.
I just love his head. I love it. Hey, Pekins is on my pen.
He's everywhere.
He was in my eyeball earlier. Yeah. Yeah. And then Saturday we did talk to Shay for about, we had a really good talk with Shay for about 4 hours. That was a couple weeks ago though.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't remember that.
Yeah, that was a while ago. You were playing a video game. I asked if you wanted to come in and talk.
Oh, I was letting you guys have some girl time. I wasn't mad or being a jerk. I just was trying to let you guys have some time.
Yeah, we had some girl time.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did, and then on Saturday, Sunday? Was it Sunday? Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, Sunday I did the unboxing for this.
Yes.
Yes, we did the triple unboxing. Paul, what did you guys think of the triple unboxing? What did you guys think of the intro and outro and the thumbnail?
And if you even watched the intro and outro, if you just fast forwarded straight to the canvases.
Oh, don't tell him that. He'll cry, guys.
I won't.
That would break your heart.
Nah.
You don't think so?
Nuh-uh.
I don't know about that.
I'd leave it up for people to decide how they want to do it.
And then our camera settings had gotten messed up. And Paul is a perfectionist. If he cares about something, he spent 6 hours, seriously, on Sunday trying to fix the camera settings because the unboxing that we did for our triple trick or treat, he was not happy with the washed out look it had. He was really upset. He spent 6 hours, no joke, just fiddling.
It had to be fixed.
With the camera settings. It was nuts. And then we had to refilm our sneak peek, which I don't like doing. I like making sure that you guys get my very first reaction to it. Oh my goodness, what is in this box? And we actually had to refilm it because it was just so white you couldn't see anything, which made me really sad. It was my very first sneak peek, and I had already seen it before I unboxed it.
Yeah, it was so bad looking. It was terrible.
It did, but that actually, it did. It really upset me. I really don't like to look at my stuff before you guys. I like to I don't know, do it together.
Yeah.
I like to do my stuff with you guys. It just makes it feel more special to me. I know you guys aren't live watching me do it. It just makes it feel special. Is that weird? Am I being weird, guys?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
We just like to be authentic as humanly possible.
Yeah. And then he made Timothy's countdown for her lives. This is all on Sunday, guys. And then he also did Shay's thumbnail for her birthday. And I'm going to have to ask Shay if I can share the thumbnail I made for her birthday. Because I made Shay a thumbnail for her birthday and I sent it to her. And she responded with, "What the actual F?" So, I don't know if I'm allowed to share the thumbnail I made for her, but I really want to.
She probably wouldn't mind, but yeah, we'll ask her.
We'll ask first, because her first response was, "What the actual F?" So I don't know if she'd be good with it. I was really proud of the very first thumbnail that I made, guys. I'd be sad if she won't let me share it. So, yeah, it's been about 49 minutes. We're only through week 1. It's going to be the longest whip and chat ever, guys. But we are here for Creations Morin's giveaway. Yay! So, what are we going to be giving away for this particular section of the giveaway? Because there's 2 parts to it. You can win with a keyword by leaving a comment using the keyword in the description down below. Make sure that it is in a full, cohesive sentence, and let's figure out what we want to give away. Okay, so hopefully you guys watched my first video showing you what you can win. So here's what we will be giving away on Tuesday, 6 p.m. PST on my live with the keyword winner. And we are going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 winners from this. And then on my live, I'm going to give away the remaining 5 or 6 items left that I'll be giving away on my live, and we'll be pulling the winners from this. So we're going to be winning the purple tray, a buttercream putty, a banana coconut, a cupcake factory,
Ooh.
a Hawaiian hibiscus, and that is what you guys have the chance of winning. And the secret word is going to be community. So this community has done amazing things for my mental health, for my marriage, for my life. I love all of you guys. Some of you guys I have never even spoken to, but I notice. And you can ask some of the people that I have spoken to, I notice when you are on my channel, when you are leaving me comments, when you are doing thumbs up. I notice all of you when you do things, when you show up to my lives. I definitely am the kind of person where I'm like, I see you. And I cannot thank you enough for that. And even if we've never spoken, I have such intense gratitude towards everybody in this community. So I'm talking about, you guys make me feel all the feels. Maybe this is what love feels like.
Maybe.
Or when I think about you guys, like my heart like grows so big that it like hurts, and it almost makes me want to cry, and I just want to like hug you guys all.
That is love.
That's love?
Yep.
Community, will you marry me?
Can't. I already own our community. Sorry.
So, yeah, the word is going to be community. Please tell me what the community means to you, or what your favorite part of the community is, how you got introduced to it. I sound almost like we're talking about like some kind of weird cult, the community. Yeah. But the community. But seriously, in all seriousness, I know what you guys mean to me, and I would love to hear, you know, what the community has done for you, what it means to you, how you feel about it. Whether it's good or bad, let me know. I have curiosity, and you're going to win stuff for fulfilling my curiosity. I'd once again like to thank Creations Morin so incredibly much for giving me this opportunity to collaborate with them. They are a great company. They're doing great things. They are growing so much, so fast, and offer so many amazing things. And I just feel incredibly honored to get the chance to work for them. I feel incredibly honored that they were so excited to sign on as sponsors for Regathon, and Joni herself is just an amazing human being. So thank you guys for that. All right, so as for this week, oh my goodness, guys, we got into this week. Usually I'm always like, I don't have enough stuff to talk about. This week I did. So this week was, yeah. So we did all of last week, and it's Wednesday night. We're getting ready to film our WIP and chat. And my mom, my adopted mom, had been in the hospital for a couple days already. Now, she has certain issues, and her being in the hospital is not abnormal. But she was, There was something going on to the point to where everybody in the family felt like they needed to come and say goodbye to her. She was quite convinced that she was going to pass away. She wanted the whole entire family to get together and say goodbye and to tell us that she loved us. And the doctors couldn't figure out what was going on. Like I said, I do go into this a little bit more in greater detail in my vlog, but unfortunately it's not really 100% my story to share. So I'm trying to figure out what I can share with you without being disrespectful to the other people that are involved. So we all went up there. And Paul is there, and we're all getting together, and we're kind of discussing, like, what's happening, what's going on. I headed up there at 7 o'clock. We didn't get home until, like, 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. And then we needed to get back up there so we could all see the doctor. So Paul has to go to work, and I have to be there. So I can't take my medication because I'm not the kind of person. I'm not one of those people to where even if I have a quarter of a glass of wine and eat a full meal and sit at the restaurant for 2 hours, I won't drive. So I also won't drive on my medication. Am I capable of driving on my medication? Does it make me stoned? No, it doesn't. But you know what? It does slow my reaction time down by a few nanoseconds, and I just don't think it's worth it to drive on my medication. I'm pretty, there's my head, guys, how you like my head. I'm pretty passionate about that. So, yeah. Had to go up there. And I thought it was just going to be the immediate family, me and my adopted sisters and my adopted dad. And the whole family was up there. I mean, everybody. We've got a big, big family. So we're in this itty bitty tiny little medical room. Nobody's really agreeing on anything. It's like we agree to it and then we don't agree to it. And we're not fighting. It's just that we're also not really coming together and making any cohesive plans. It's like everybody kind of says their piece, but nothing's ever actually decided on, which as a conflict resolution type person, for me is very hard. I'm like, okay, so we all said our piece. Do we want to figure out how to get all of these things done? What is priority? Let's make lists. Let's do a pros and cons list. Let's sit down. Let's discuss this. Let's figure out what's the most important. Let's figure out who's going to be the spokesperson. Let's get everybody together and write all their questions down and just give them to one person. I'm doing all the things. Yeah, too much. And of course, yeah, nobody else is on board with that. So it's kind of chaotic and disorganized and messy, and I'm feeling like we're actually not getting a lot of cohesive resolution out of it. I'm there. I don't have my medication. I haven't left the house without Paul in 4 years. You know, other than like riding my bike down to pick up the mail, or I'll go to the store or like the pharmacy. The pharmacy is 2 blocks. I can ride my bike there, or I'll run into just our local tiny store for a quick something. But I haven't been like, it's like 45 miles, 40 miles. Yeah, out to the hospital. So I'm there with people that I honestly, I haven't seen any of these people either in like 3 years. Some of them I haven't seen in 10 years. I mean, yeah. So I haven't seen like anybody in years, and we got all these people. There's nothing getting done. I'm not on my medication. I had to drive myself there. There are people, of course, it's a hospital. It's busy. There are people coming in and out of the room. I could feel that I was getting really anxious and feeling really unsafe. So I like tried backing myself into the corner so that nobody could like come up behind me and was trying to like get out of the middle of the fright and try to like control my anxiety. I found a focal point on it. I did some deep breathing. I'm like, okay, I'm doing this. Yay, me, you know? And then everybody starts coming out of the room because they need to do something that is a little bit private to her. And everybody's like shuffling past me in the room. And then panic attack absolutely hit. My heart rate skyrocketed. I couldn't talk. My throat closed up. My hands are shaking, and all I could say was, nope, can't do this anymore, gotta go home, gotta be safe. And I ran out of the hospital like a sociopath. Ran, guys. I probably did the whole entire feet kicking my butt, arms flapping. Yeah, so I got home. Paul's not here, Paul can't be here. He's already worried about me. I tell him I'm home. I take my medication, and let me tell you this, Paul has been amazing because he had some issues with anxiety and panic attacks while he was going through his health scare last year, and before he never understood it. Anybody that's had a really bad panic attack understands the crash that happens after. The full body exhaustion, the just mental drain, the weird aches and pains you get throughout your whole entire body. And before, he would like constantly wake me up when these things happened. Like, what are you doing? What's wrong? Why are you sleeping all day? Are you depressed? Did something happen? Dude, let me sleep. I got up to go to the bathroom. I got up to eat. But other than that, I think I slept for 16, 18 hours.
This is a long time.
Yeah. Yeah, so I left the hospital at like 11 a.m. And I woke up, used the bathroom, ate, went back to sleep. I could not stay awake, guys. I was like trying. I could not stay awake. I ended up waking up at like 6:30 the next morning. So yeah, slept for almost 24 hours. And Paul was a freaking trooper. I don't know how to express to him how incredibly grateful
That does it.
I was.
That'll work.
That he understood and respected that I needed sleep to recover. And yeah, I woke up feeling a lot better. We all got back together. My mom is not dying. Guys, she's not dying. I can't really tell you what's going on with her. I will tell you that she is in a long-term treatment facility at this time. We're working on getting her better. She is not in any type of danger to die at all. We have been all kind of discussing it. That's been a little bit hard. It feels kind of awkward to me because of the fact that I was adopted when I was 19, and they are really, really good people, and they really helped me out of a tough jam, and they helped protect my daughter, and everything. And, you know, legally on my paperwork, they are considered my parents, which means legally, you know, I do have like a say in their care. But at the same time, I kind of felt inappropriate because we don't really have any contact anymore. We haven't had contact really since,
not real.
Yeah, in about 20 years, since I was about 28.
Yeah, not real, just the occasional message or...
Yeah, or we'll see each other in town, or we'll call each other. But like my kids, we'd go to the family gatherings. I would take them and drop them off there, or somebody would come and pick them up. So my kids have always, you know, been involved in their lives. But I personally haven't been to a family event since I was in my 20s, and I don't really see them. So I don't know. It's like I love them so much, but I also, for my own personal reasons and my own mental health, have to set certain boundaries. So it's not like I'm against seeing them. I can't have certain things be an everyday part of my life because it hurts more than it helps. Yeah, so.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Yep, love them. Forever grateful for them. Would do anything for them, which was another problem because then Paul's like, so we just started working problem resolution. I'm always willing to put everybody, and Paul got really upset about this, and Paul doesn't get mad. He got mad. So it was kind of rough because, of course, I hear this and I'm like, are they going to need to move in with me? Are they going to need somebody to care for them? This or that. And Paul's like, no. He's like, you're doing it again. You're putting everybody ahead of your own mental health, your own happiness, our mental health, our happiness. He's like, we are just now reaching a really good place in our marriage where everything feels kind of newlywed and it's beautiful and we're getting to know each other and we're getting this beautiful connection with each other. And he's like, I'm not going to let you just move people into the house and put us back on the back burner because he's like, we're not going to make it. He's like, I'm going to completely withdraw. I'm going to stop communicating with you. You're going to get angry and this is not going to work. And he was absolutely right. And he said it very eloquently. It was a very beautiful moment, I think.
Yeah, I mean, we've put a lot of, not only money, but time in therapy and time in communicating into each other. And I would hate for that to get basically erased. Again, helping somebody else.
Yeah. And then he was a jerk later.
Probably.
Later that night, because we're at the hospital and I'm feeling, I have it was before my medication kicked in because I was able, of course, to take my medication when I was out with Paul. My medication hadn't kicked in and my anxiety changes like who I am to a pretty extreme. So I'm kind of feeling uncomfortable. My sisters are up there, her husbands are up there, kids are up there, grandmas, nieces, nephews, cousins, second stepchildren 3 times removed, and I'm not feeling very safe. So I'm kind of like trying to hide behind Paul a little bit. There's so many people. I don't want to accidentally get touched by somebody because that's a really big trigger for me is being touched by people I don't feel safe around. He was not having it. He felt like I was making myself small. You want to explain that again? Why you were kind of pushing me?
Yeah, I did. I felt like you were trying not to be a part of the conversation and just making yourself small. And I never want you to make yourself small. That was the biggest part. Is you had a say. They wanted you to be there to express your say, and I didn't want you to make yourself small. That's really it.
Yeah, and it wasn't that. It was just there were so many people and everything, and until my medication kicked in, I was kind of trying to put myself between the wall and him as kind of like my safety barrier, and I needed that until my medicine kicked in, and I felt like instead of him being there for me, he was actually the one that was making me feel the most unsafe and the most uncomfortable, and we did talk about through that, and we worked through it. I love how we just keep working through things.
Yeah, we're supposed to.
Yeah.
We're supposed to just keep on working. It's always work.
It is. It's not always work.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah, so for anybody who doesn't know, so Paul and I, we have like our little tense moments. And we communicate about them. But we are not the kind of people where we yell and scream and fight for days on end. Like, these little moments take us longer to express them to you than it does for us to work through them actually on our own. It usually takes us like 15 minutes to...
Yeah, as long as we bring it up to each other, yeah, that's about right.
Yeah, I think honestly, like, talking about it, I feel like to you guys definitely takes longer than it takes for us to work through our little issue. And try to either resolve it or respect it.
Yeah.
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 I think I'd say that's about it. You've been working a lot this week. I said about the live, and then We're going to Vegas. We're leaving on either the
10th, the 9th of the 10th, which we might just to get some extra driving. But
yeah, and we both
like
like night driving.
Yeah, we do, but it might be just early in the morning on Friday.
Although we're both the kind of people where we like night driving, so I personally like leaving at night and driving until like 2 o'clock in the morning and just
whenever we get tired and just finding a truck stop and just crashing out.
That's kind of, and Paul and I both, okay, so we're kind of weird. We both had stepdads that were truck drivers. And so we actually really like sleeping in our car in rest stops because we really, really, really like the sounds of the trucks.
Yeah, just the idling diesel truck sound is sleep-inducing for me.
We sleep so good in rest stops in our cars. It is crazy.
And I like that I can just pull right off and get right on in the morning. No muss, no fuss. Just do it.
Exactly. All right, you got the cards ready? Who wants to play some games?
Let's play some Pick Your Poison. And I've got the first set ready.
All right.
So here we go. Would you rather lose all feeling in the lower half of your body or spend the rest of your life within 5 miles of here?
Here.
Spend your life within 5 miles of here.
Yeah, because this is the lower half of my body, and the lower half of my body starts right at the funnest part of my body.
So, you'd rather spend the rest of your life within 5 miles of our house?
Yes!
Yeah, I mean, why not? We got the river right there. We got a swimming pool in the back. We have a grocery store, pharmacy. We have everything within 5 miles of us.
Yeah!
We really do. Huh. I'll take that one also.
Yeah!
I can do that. I just have to work from home completely. Okay, next set is, would you rather know the exact date of your death or always have sand in your bed?
I'd be happy knowing the exact date of my death.
I'd be okay with knowing the exact date of my death as well. Yeah. I don't think I could handle sand in my bed all of the time.
I couldn't either. And not to be like a Debbie Downer, but most of the people in my family die really, really young. So it would be kind of nice to know, if I was going to make it to 60.
Or 70. Or 80.
Well, I don't
or
expect
90.
Paul's always like, oh, there's no such thing as a family curse. But if you ask anybody in my family, there is a family curse. We don't live. And so it's like everybody in my family were really weird. We turned 30 and we seriously start going through our midlife crisis. Like my aunt had all of our moles removed. And yeah, we're nuts.
It's all right. You guys are very safe. Next one is, would you rather only be able to communicate through Morse code or put a cigar out in your palm? I'll put a cigar out in my palm.
Put a cigar out in my palm.
It only hurts once.
Yep, exactly.
Learning Morse code and only being able to communicate in that would suck.
Yeah, it would.
Okay, next set. Would you rather have your keyboard randomly reorganize itself every day or travel exclusively by horse-drawn carriage?
I thought you said recognize itself.
I read it like that the first time, but I'm going to edit that out. But yeah, I don't have my glasses on, so I'm just reading these. So which one?
That's a hard one because I kind of love horses, but I would want to ride a horse. I don't want to be in the carriage. But then I also would still get to groom the horses, which is like one of my favoriteest things to do.
Well, if you only live within 5 miles of your house, horse-drawn carriage might be the best mode of transportation.
It is, but I'm also kind of a really terrible typer, and so I like the idea of just for the funsies.
Being the keyboard reorganizing itself?
Yeah, it's like, what are you doing today, keyboard? I think I'm going to go with the keyboard just because of my curiosity. What are you doing today, keyboard? It's like a little adventure every day.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. I'm going to go by travel exclusively by horse-drawn carriage.
You don't want the little...
Random keyboard? No.
Yeah.
No, especially if I only can work from home.
It's like an RNG, honey, a random RNG every day.
It's RKG, Random Keyboard Generator.
Oh. Still.
Now, I just made that up.
I don't know. I think it'd be fun.
Alright, next one is, would you rather only be able to walk on all fours or forget how to speak your native language?
Speak my native language. I think I'm pretty good at Pictionary. Or what is it? Is that what it's called, Pictionary?
Mm-hmm.
When I mime stuff.
Sure, but you can always just learn a different language. It doesn't have to be English.
Or everybody else can just learn my language, my new language. Everybody else can learn my new language because that's what I do. I make my problems everybody's problems.
We know it. I am going to go with forget how to speak my native language as well and learn a different language to communicate. Would you rather have fingers that don't work on touch screens or be unable to walk in a straight line? I know what you're going to pick.
Unable to walk in a straight line.
You already can't do that.
Exactly. No changes.
So I'll take that too, because who cares? Who cares if I can't walk in a straight line? I'll take that. And
for anybody that is questioning whether or not that is true, please ask Kupikai, Jenny, or Timothy, because they've both watched me walk around my house and they have seen how often I literally walk into walls in door jams.
It happens.
They're always like, what are you doing? I'm like, doing.
All right, next set is, would you rather be banished to Antarctica or have the arms of an infant? I'll take banishment to Antarctica, please.
Does Antarctica have power?
Yeah.
Antarctica, please.
Yep.
I mean, it's cold, but isn't it isolated?
Yeah, pretty isolated.
I could just diamond paint all the time?
Yeah, sure.
Hold on, let me check something.
In Antarctica?
Hold on. Baby arms, but not baby hands, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
You won't be able to make it to your diamond painting.
Yeah, no, I'm going to go with Antarctica.
Yep, exactly. All right, and our last one is, would you rather be invisible to drivers whenever you step into a crosswalk or shave off one of your eyebrows?
Or be invisible
to drivers whenever you step into a crosswalk. They can't see you.
Oh, invisible. I'll just jaywalk.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm going to become a criminal.
We'll jaywalk.
I'm going to become a criminal, and I'm going to jaywalk everywhere.
Yeah, I like it. Doing the same.
I am. I'm on it.
Okay.
Alright, that's what I did for today. Make sure you guys are remembering to leave the keyword. Join me for my live to get a shot at all the rest of the amazing giveaways. Let's give away some stuff. Make sure you are joining Creations Morin's Facebook group to see all the new stuff that they drop, and that we are also showing them some love for donating all of this crazy stuff for this collab. Alright, bye guys.